I don't know.
Let me put my pants back on.
We're going live. We have no
I'm
guest.
trying to see if I can see it yet.
It shows that we are
We're
live.
going live or we are
It
live?
says we're live right
I
now.
haven't seen it
I'm
on
not showing it
Facebook
on
yet.
I mean,
Facebook.
we've been live.
Right, this whole time they're just staring at us all
Yeah.
quietly.
What are these
We're
bozos
live.
doing? They're just
So
like,
we're live.
smacking their
Everybody,
keyboards.
we are actually live. Oh man.
Oh, yes, we're live.
I don't.
So welcome
So,
everybody.
welcome.
We are a mess tonight. Welcome to another edition. I don't see even the donation button on there, but if somebody wants to help out with that. We are all sorts of a mess tonight. We are having technical difficulties. Our guest, I was unable to bring him in. He was trying to call. It didn't get set up right. Steven, if you're listening or watching, we are having all sorts of technical difficulties. I'm running the show tonight. This is what happens when you let me run the show. Last time it ran smoothly. This time it's not so much. We were supposed to have Stephen Fuller of Wackadoo Brewing on tonight. He is a longtime listener, longtime watcher, who is starting his own brewery down near Denver, Colorado. I believe it is Fountain, Colorado is where he's from. And they're in the process of setting up their brewery. And we are unable to have him here. I think that's mostly on our end because of technical problems. But we're going to push through. We're going to get him on again. I will touch base. I got to eliminate my Mash the Closer title to something different. But we're here. I'm drinking from Robbie, who is our special guest tonight, a Trogs Nimble Giant, and a pretty good double IPA coming at like 9% because Jesus knows I'm going to need a 9% to get me through the problems we're having tonight. This is what happens when dad leaves the kids alone. We kind of fall apart. But how are you guys doing? What's going on?
Good. How
Your
is
background looks fantastic right now, Mash.
Thank you. Yeah.
On the plus side, you can see everything. I'm not used to seeing all of that.
Yeah, usually it's just like my face and then like bits and pieces of behind me. But I'm slowly getting the
Yep.
States built up. Hoppy sent me Florida. She's been sending me stickers, so I got that going behind me. I got a little Hulk reading comic book news actually back there as well, and then Idaho's pretty much covered and ready to go. And then there's my casting couch back there. I use that for special purposes. But
The casting futon, right?
it's a casting
Great auditions.
futon. It's for when Lucky or Jay need to crash. We just have spare futons.
Yeah.
But
Crash.
like I said, tonight we got Robbie. There is no donation button tonight. I don't know what happened to it. It was supposed to be set up to go. It's not there. The Wounded Warrior Project was our donation button tonight. So if you want to make a donation there, go ahead and do it. And maybe Jay from afar can save us on this stream because we are all sorts of messed up. But Hoppy, let's go to you. How are we doing tonight?
Okay. I'm doing good. I'm drinking a Treehouse Haze
Oh my gosh.
that my friend Tracy sent me. And I am watching the Heat game. It is 45-60 with less than a minute left in the second half, which is good. I prefer the Heat to be down at the half because if they're not, they always blow the lead. So here's hoping. I drank a Treehouse on Tuesday and they won, even though it's a Massachusetts beer.
Shout
and so
out.
I'm drinking a Treehouse again in my Dwayne Wade 305 Miami Wade County glass. It says Miller Lite on the other side, but I'm going to pretend it doesn't. And this is delicious, and I'm just ecstatic the Heat are in the Eastern Conference Finals. This is amazing. This hasn't happened since
Fuck
2014.
Yeah, Jimmy
I'm
Butler.
sorry.
Hey, Jimmy Butler
Still
literally put
salting
that team on their
wound, I'm
back.
sorry.
Just fucking rub it in.
Dude, Tyler Hero, old
God.
Dragic's been amazing this playoffs, but Tyler Hero, I mean, Lucky, you said you know him, right? Or you have a friend who knows
my
him?
my little brother played basketball against him. He went to the high school that I was supposed to go to, and he's my little brother's age. So they grew up playing not AAU, but just whatever the basketball
Right.
is. But yeah, he's incredible. I didn't expect him to do
Stinking
this
threes,
well
like-
at all.
He went to another
Right,
school. You probably wouldn't have known him though.
Yeah. No, he was. I'm rooting for Tyler Hero now. I have Miami plus 7.5 tonight, so I'll be watching that most of the stream just because degenerate gambler. But Robbie, I couldn't see Robbie before we came on, but you look so green. Have you
He's in the green room. I don't know.
Okay.
It's just bad lighting. This is my asylum-esque room with very poor lighting. Obviously, I need pointers from Mash over here, who seems to have
I wouldn't
his
take
entire
that
aesthetic
from
down.
Hey, look,
I
we
mean,
learned
his
from
background's
Hoppy
pretty great.
actually. Look at that background. I feel like those are all
I
the
mean,
beers she
yeah.
drinks in a week, and she just puts them up behind her, and then she just rotates them out
That's
as they go.
actually a cool idea.
It's like
my
ultimate
Shiraz I
endurance
drank the
test.
other day did end up on my trophy shelf.
Oh, that's a good
This is what
looking
I'm
bottle.
drinking, by the way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a very good looking bottle. I'm drinking Pliny the Elder. So that's I was excited for tonight's guest, but
I
can't
am
get him on.
texting our guest currently. I'm seeing if you can get Skype on his phone. He has good signal, apparently. So our guest tonight was Wackadoo Brewing. Like I said, he has been out in the middle of the woods camping because he's in Colorado, and that's what you should do in Colorado. And he was running a little behind. We had technical difficulties on our end, and I'm trying to pull him in. So while you guys chat away, I'm in Jay's seat. I now understand why Jay's like scrambling around every single time,
Right.
because it's literally me right now.
It happens, man. It's all right. We're fine.
So
But-
how is that, Pliny? I feel like this episode's kind of sponsored by Tracy. She got us
Yeah.
all this amazing
Tracy is like Jesus
Tracy in the
reincarnated
chat.
with
I
the
haven't
box
seen
she
her
hooked us up.
Jesus reincarnated.
I got
Say
a
a lot.
Pliny and 2 tree houses on my doorstep yesterday, so like she's literally a godsend.
She's like an
Yeah.
honorary Patreon member.
Yeah, like can we just pull
No
her in
kidding.
anyways? Because she said she's gonna be my treehouse connection, and that's all I need in life, pretty much.
She got me my first other half. That was like a bucket list beer that I was trying to get because she's in Brooklyn. That's where she lives. And she's like, "Oh, you need other half? No problem." And then she just kept sending them to me. And then on my birthday, she sent me an other half glass to go with a beer she sent me. So, and she is like obsessed with Baby Yoda, but she's never seen any Star Wars. And she refuses to watch The Mandalorian. She has seen clips that just have the scenes with the child in them.
Wait, so she's never actually seen it? She's just obsessed
What?
with the child, but has never seen. Wait, hold
Yes.
on. How did what?
That's
Time out. That's sacrilegious, I
You
think.
just called Tracy now.
It's
Oh,
a take.
is she no longer? What did you call her before?
No, she's
Jesus
still
reincarnated.
Reincarnated.
she's still beer Jesus.
Okay.
But-
Well, that's almost an insult nowadays.
Not
though.
Well,
wine Jesus.
she's-
Beer
she's the
Jesus,
right
not wine
Wine
Jesus.
Jesus.
Wine Jesus. All right. But nonetheless, how
Got to differentiate the two.
I love Baby Yoda's the next, but I just don't know how we have not been able to watch all of Star Wars yet. But maybe that's just me. I watch. Yeah, I don't know.
I've tried to convince her. She's like, no, I've seen the scenes I need to see, but she has seen all the scenes that the child is in. So,
Interesting.
because you
That's
can
a
do
hot
that
take.
now on YouTube.
Is that really? Is that a thing? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
you
Yeah.
can YouTube anything these days.
Oh yeah.
Like
Technology.
literally, I mean, if you just want to watch certain scenes of movies and stuff, you can YouTube that. I mean, you can do anything. YouTube's amazing.
You can YouTube Hops Geek News or
You
Feeling
could.
Lucky or even a past Hoppy Hour of Hops News. It's all on
We've
there.
had some great guests.
YouTube.com/Hops News.
Tonight is not our strong
Yeah.
suit, and what's even more awkward is I know like half the people in the chat are all like friends or people I've worked with, and I talk a big game at work,
Oh,
and
damn.
I'm gonna get a lot of shit tomorrow because I'm just kind of like, this is the you guys picked
Well,
a
thank you
bad
for
episode.
joining
We're
us
gonna
first,
try
and
again
that's
next
fine,
week.
I imagine.
No, the worst episode was when I thought Tripping Animals was going to be on, and my dad told one of his friends, "Hey, Tripping Animals is going to be on," and then they didn't show, and then some herpes guys
Well,
showed up
hold
on
on
our
now.
feed.
Right.
That was
we
the
need to
worst.
That was
call
the
us
best episode.
What was his name?
Doctor, damn, I can't remember his name now.
Something
Let's not go into that.
foreign. Something
Don't act
very
like you guys
foreign.
don't all have prescriptions from
Oh
him now.
no,
we
he
know.
found me on WhatsApp, and actually we're Facebook friends
Yeah, it
now. He's
doesn't
streamlining
work.
me
It's
that
false
yoo-hoo and the
advertising.
bottle that he sent a picture of. It's gonna cure all
I
my
already
issues.
regret even saying this.
No, let's just have a herpes episode. Fuck it.
Hey, but
Ugh.
yeah, tonight we should have had Wounded Warrior. I don't see them. The donation link doesn't seem to be working for some reason. Because again, tonight is just, if it can go wrong, it's gonna go wrong apparently. And so if you want, make a donation to Wounded Warrior Project or don't. It's up to you. This one's important to me because I've been in, as we all know, I'm a part of the military, so that's a pretty big one for me, and I know a lot of friends. And then I think we're gonna give away. We'll do one of our random people who share. We'll give away our bomber jackets that I've colored. Yours doesn't look like this unless
Sure,
you color
wanted
it.
to share this one.
But yeah, I don't know if you necessarily want to share this, but share it anyways. We are
Share
big
the
news.
Hops News page. How about
Share the
that?
Hops News page. Whoever shares in general tonight,
I
we're
just
going to pick a
tried to
random
share
person
the
to go ahead and we will send a bomber jacket to them. Like, share. We are now on Apple podcasts. We're on Spotify podcasts. Amazon has podcasts now because literally everybody's got a
Didn't know that.
podcast. So I believe we are also on Amazon, and then of course your Google Podcasts, things like that. So find us there. We got Feeling Lucky Pod. We got Hops Geek News and Hoppy. What kind of news do you have so far? Speaking of news, we do like to pride ourselves in being some sort of news outlet to spread the good word of craft beer. What news do we have tonight? Give me the news.
Yes. The news. We're trying to put the news back in Hops News.
Yes.
So Yingling and Coors, Molson Coors, are entering into a joint venture to try to get Yingling over onto the west coast of the states. So living in Florida, I didn't know that Yingling wasn't distributed everywhere. I was in Vermont last summer with my husband and my dad, and we did like a whole beer tour, and like the guy running it was like ecstatic that he was able to get Yingling now, because where he had lived before it wasn't. It's a great lager, don't get me wrong. I always kind of put it just like a step above all the main ones. But I mean, people really, really love this. So a lot of people are very excited. Of course, some people are like, why is this even news? Oh, they're selling out to Coors and whatnot. But it's a joint venture. You know, they're still America's oldest brewery. So I think that's pretty much my news. I think a lot of people are probably excited. Kind of like when we got Fat Tire over here. A lot of people got excited. Sorry, Jay.
See,
Jay,
I'm kind of
hopefully he's not
like...
watching anymore.
I'm kind of on the. I don't mind it because you couldn't get it west of the Mississippi before, and I remember a time when I was first getting into beer. My stepdad Dan and we would literally go to Hershey, Pennsylvania. They would just come back with trunks full of Yingling because you couldn't get it in Massachusetts. And now we're at a time where you can get it pretty much anywhere and everywhere. And sure, they might be selling out. However, if I started a business and the way to get rich was to sell out to like big business, I can't say that I wouldn't do that because,
American dream.
yeah, more money, more problems, they say. However, I'm trying to get that paper. So that's how I feel
Well, they're not
about
merging. It seems to me more so like it's contract brewing, because they're going to be brewing on the West Coast. So that's kind
That
of
makes
how
sense.
I kind of looked at it.
Well, it's like Sam Adams. I mean, they only brew for Massachusetts or Boston area at their actual Sam Adams brewery in Boston. And then Ohio, actually, Cincinnati is where they brew a majority of their beer that they distribute. So, I mean, at some point you outgrow, and Yingling has a distribution / brewery down in Tampa even. So
Yeah.
it's a smart play, honestly. I think especially on the West Coast in Idaho, I can pretty much say you don't really see outside of the same typical beers that I've been able to get locally. You get your Sam Adams, things like that. So it'd be nice to have Yingling. That's one of those crushable beers I'll mow the lawn with.
Mm-hmm. Well, and for me, honestly, like if I were to go to like a wedding or something and they had Budweiser, I would rather drink water, but I would drink Yingling.
You're drinking basically water anyways. So.
Well, the last wedding I went to that had Budweiser, Bud Light, wine, and water, and I had one Budweiser, and it wasn't even enjoyable. I'm like, I might as well just drink water. But like a Yingling is enjoyable, so I will still drink that.
They do. Yingling does have
It's
taste.
a wedding where you take away the wedding present, or you take the wedding present.
Right.
home with you
I'm taking this
They
$50
just don't appreciate
back.
you come in.
That's
Yeah,
my
right.
waffle
They
maker
clearly
now.
weren't my friends. It was somebody I adopted through Josh, so through my husband.
Typical Josh, unreal.
Not coming through.
No.
He needs
No,
better
he
friends.
usually comes through with the beer. We actually looked when we got close. He's like, "Are there any breweries in the area? Do you want to stop at a brewery first?" It was like in the sticks of Florida. Like if you venture like an hour outside of a lot of cities in Florida, you end up in like Hicksville or a swamp or something. Like you never know where you're going to end up in Florida.
That's very
And this
true.
was one of those
Yeah.
kind of areas.
I mean,
it was an interesting wedding outside in July. In the
Oh,
middle.
in the swampy
And of
Florida.
course, it started raining during the wedding.
Well, no
it was,
wonder.
It was interesting.
No wonder they gave you Budweiser. They all need to be hydrated.
The food was amazing, though. The food was absolutely amazing.
that's what
So
they
they
spent all the
redeemed
money.
themselves there.
Well, speaking of
Robbie, what are you drinking?
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
Robbie. I'm sorry. I was gonna say, what are you drinking, Robbie? In your alien weird green light. I don't know what's going on, but
Ooh,
I
definitive.
like it. I think we should all try to figure out how to get our colors to look like that, or just put a different color
Wait.
over the top of us.
Is that like a
That makes
Snapchat
sense.
filter?
Yeah,
No, that's just it's just my room.
the whole
Bad
character.
lighting.
it's,
You never
it's,
look like that on
it's
the
really
after
sensual.
hours.
No,
No, you
No.
always on the after hours. You come through pretty nice, but you got a nice green light, gamma ray, something going on over there.
interesting.
It's our Comic
Can't tell you what
Sans
it's something in the air.
background.
I'm just a
So
big joke
definitive.
to you.
So, Robbie, Definitive. What do you think about Definitive? Because that's my favorite Portland brewery. Sorry, Shipyard, you're still my baby girl, but I love Definitive. They are like the best thing out of Portland, Maine right now, and they're in Kittery. So
Oh, wait, they're in Kittery?
they are. So
It's
they,
so
if you
close.
know where Tributary Brewing is, and it's right next to the Naval Shipyard, there is
The one in Portsmouth?
yeah, the Naval Shipyard Portsmouth. There's Tributary right outside the gate, and then you have, I believe, Definitive is near that outlet mall that they have in Kittery now. So go to Kittery, go to the mall, bound around, go to Woodland Farms. That's another good brewery there. But now Definitive's there, and they, oh my God, they just come out with some killer stuff.
I mean, I've only had one beer, and this is the only beer I've had. But I think I told you, like, it changed me. Like, it's
Yeah.
a dumb thing to say, but
No,
there's
it's
something
not.
about the
It's not.
about
Beer can
the
change you,
about
Robbie.
the-
Don't let anyone tell you different.
something about the profile of it. I was just kind of thrown by. I was like, oh, that tastes very good. That is a very
Yeah.
good beer,
They,
and it was like slightly piney and had like undertones and overtones and
he's like, I
everything
think I
in
hear
between.
angels singing as I'm talking about it right now.
No, it was just like no. It was, most beers that I have was like, oh, that's a good beer, but this was like, oh, this is a great beer. Like,
Right.
I
It's
love
like
when
it's
that
like something.
happens, yeah.
It's like you know it when you see it, or in this case, when you taste it. So, I mean, so far I like it, but obviously there's a lot more Definitive to
Yes.
go around, and
They,
it's not super available in mass, but I'm sure there are places that carry different uh, offerings from them.
oh
so-
yeah.
Excited to
They
engage.
just
on the end
celebrated
with
their
them.
second birthday actually.
Wow,
Are
2
they
weeks
that
ago,
young?
and they've
Wow.
only opened 2 years ago, and they've already expanded, and they just released for that a couple. There was 3 sours, or maybe it was an IPA and then 2 sours, but they've been releasing a lot of sours lately, and they've been killing it with the sours. And then their IPAs, and then they're releasing their annual double stuffed, which is a cookie in a can. It's a stout,
Mhm.
cookies in a can. I promise you.
Wait, have you had their sours? Because you're not like a super sour guy, right?
Oh, he's
Like
getting there.
you've been growing.
I'm
They've
getting
grown.
there. I am. I'm turning around. I'm unsouring on the sours. They are good.
Good one. That was good.
Yeah. Shout out to Nancy Freeman. First of all, she said you can swing by LL Bean and Shop 2 near Kittery, which you can. You can. And they have
I have a gift
That is-
card. Look at that.
the
Thank you.
Kittery Trading Post is also there. I highly suggest going to the Kittery Trading Post because it's basically Bass Pro on crack, but for Maynards. Maine people? I don't know.
Maynards, I like that.
I think it's just Maynards.
Maynard sounds like Maynard Ferguson.
Give me my New England card back.
Yes, Nancy Freeman, that is my aunt. She's up in Rhode Island, so definitely they got some great breweries too that we visited when we were up there.
Yes,
Oh.
they do.
What am I thinking? Captain's
Captain's Daughter
Is that
from
the one that?
Race Sail Brewing. Yes,
Yes.
that double IPA. It's amazing. My dad and I, we went up there when my grandmother passed away, and so we're like at the liquor store, like stocking because you have to go to a liquor store to buy beer there. You can't like buy it anywhere else. And we found the beer and like fell in love with it, and we went to get more of it before we went home, and they're like, "Oh no, that sells out right away." So when we went back a few months later for my cousin's wedding, like my dad like stocked up on it. Unfortunately, I was pregnant by then, but I got to go to the brewery and take a sip of his beer. And
You
it was
just,
worth it.
she's over there like smelling it, like please.
I 100%, I always
I need
beer when
it.
I'm pregnant. It smells so
Damn you, baby!
I just
Yeah.
need it.
Why did I do this again?
But Lucky, you still sipping on the Pliny over there, man? Like, what's?
Yeah, I'm almost done with it. I'm gonna tap into something else. I'm gonna see if I have anything left from Robbie, but I'm not positive. I might have gotten through all of it already.
And I'm okay
Robbie
with that.
killed
That's
it.
like testament to a good beer exchange.
If anybody
Absolutely,
gets in our
1000%.
Patreon movement, we may or may not have a little beer thing going on, and Robbie and Lucky both. I mean, they're both in the amazing meccas of craft beer. Wisconsin, which has amazing things coming. Spotted Cow, which I'm actually writing that article, and Spotted Cow is the #1 tailgating beer on the list, of course. And then,
Literally
I
the
mean,
best.
New England, you just walk through anywhere you go in New England. There's pretty good breweries. New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Yeah, really, really good stuff out that way. But have you visited anywhere good lately, Lucky, at all? I knew you were at Broken Bat the other day, right?
Yeah, I was there for a little bit. The one I actually talked to, I go to Mobcraft so much, but they're gonna be coming on Feeling Lucky pretty soon here, I think. They just announced that they're doing a Black is Beautiful.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, you got to get that in by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh, the
yeah, we
adjuncts,
gotta
right?
put something on. Yeah. I'm excited for that. So they're gonna be coming on Feeling Lucky soon, along with I think it's MK they're with MKE whatever.
The mill.
But
Yeah.
something like that. But no, yeah, I've been to where I thought I went to another one. Indeed, I know I've sent you guys stuff from Indeed. Maybe in the first box it was. I was there recently. There's so many. I feel like I'm at a different one every weekend.
Well, yeah, I feel like Milwaukee has a lot. I never realized Milwaukee. I've been there a few times, and I didn't realize how many breweries they actually have in Milwaukee until
It's crazy.
we got connected. And I mean, even Florida, Orlando. I've been to Orlando a few times, and there's so many right in that area. And that's probably one of the best things I like about our show is the fact that we can connect from each four corners, kind of the United States, and then we share beer with one another. That hey, Lucky may never have been to Florida or Orlando to try these, and now he's able to, and then he can kind of share, and that's how these breweries even expand and grow, which is I think is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, it's
I
awesome.
had two boxes that I opened today. One from
Nice.
Corey and one from Matt White.
Yes, Whitwer.
Yeah.
He's one of our new
Whitwer.
Patreons. Yeah, he's out in Seattle,
Whitwer,
Washington.
I had two open from them. Yep, they both had awesome stuff that I'm excited that I got like I think
You got some Mother Earth
20
Brewing Company.
22
in there.
beers, 22 beers that I opened today.
Oh,
Oh,
that's dangerous.
Jesus.
I love
Yeah, I
when two
know.
beer boxes arrive the same day. It's like
Yep.
Christmas.
It's
Nothing.
every day I
amazing.
pull up to my driveway. I pull in wide so I can like take a peek at the front porch and be like, "Is there a box today?" Even though I'm like nobody
Just
would have
in
sent me
case.
anything, but I like. And my son's like, "I'm gonna go check for packages," and I'm like, "You do that." And then he was trying to pick up Jay's
Oh,
today.
yeah.
He was trying to pick it
Don't
up, but he
drop 'em.
couldn't because there's so many in there. And he's like, Dad, I can't do it." I'm like, "Don't drop it. Whatever
so
you do, please do not drop
Oh
this
my
box."
Right. Jay's
Even
been
though-
sending them in those awesome like wine
Yeah.
things.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
isn't
Well,
it?
we have some too, don't
Those
we?
Yeah.
are sweet. I feel like you could throw those out of my window on the 12th floor and it'd be fine.
I think I got
Jay's like,
cans of
"Try it
those,
with Fat
like,
Tire."
cylindrical, like
Try it
pushing
with
it.
Fire in a bottle. Just really test it out. But anybody who's not familiar with Mobcraft in Milwaukee, people submit what they think the beer should be. So what I was saying, we got to get it in by Friday. They're doing the Black is Beautiful. If anybody has any amazing suggestions and they think that they might pick theirs, you submit it. What do you submit it on? Just their website?
Yeah, so
Mobcraft.com?
you go onto the
Okay.
website. They have a special drop down or link that says, "Hey, fan submissions," and you can either vote for other people's or you can submit your own.
I need to submit that one I had mentioned that I shouldn't even say, the Peppermint Nightmare.
Don't do it. No, don't do
No,
it.
don't say it.
All right, I didn't finish it. I'm sorry. Nobody steal my idea. I'm going to the patent office right now.
The patent,
Trademark patent.
patent office.
Didn't we talk about opening a brewery in Orlando? How it'd be the perfect one? We open it like comic theme. I can't even remember the name now, but I know we discussed this at some point, which I'm still down
yes.
for. I have no idea how to run a brewery or brew beer, but I would gladly go into debt just to successfully launch a brewery in
I know
downtown
how to brew
Disney.
beer, but not drinkable beer.
You know, I think
Disney
like,
has
doing,
a brewery, actually,
But you said they
on
weren't
property.
that good. Or no, she
They're-
didn't. I had heard through the grapevine. Not her. It was somebody else.
They've gotten better. I haven't been there in probably a year and a half. When I was there, I was like, "Oh, this beer's better than I remember." And the bartender was like, "We got a new brewer." But I haven't been there in a while. But you can actually walk to the brewery from Epcot. It's in Boardwalk. So it's definitely worth trying out, but it's definitely not Orlando's best beer.
Well, I can't go to Epcot if I come to Florida next month, but I could potentially go to downtown
Oh,
Disney
I don't.
and
I
we can try
completely
that.
understand.
However,
if you go to downtown Disney, they have a new. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I
You
just
are
get
fine.
excited when people say beer in Disney. They have a new awesome place at downtown Disney that has 90 craft beers on tap. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say. I just remembered.
Jeez.
Speaking of new head brewer, this reminded me. I believe they are going to be coming on as a guest on my birthday, actually, which is next month, October 15th. No big deal. I'm not counting down. No, I'm just
Just
kidding. I'm
saying
turning
that
30,
baby
so I'm
got
literally like
birthday.
staring at the gravestone already because I'm turning 30. So
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm eyeballing it like
I
this
don't
is
wanna
it,
hear
guys. I'm on the
You're
Titanic
so
crew. Like
old.
it's
Oh.
been great, old friends. But
All right, so I'm gonna go take my Bonine and lay.
However, I would like to give a special shout out to Western Collective. I got hooked up. I don't know, but I talk to you from time to time. Their owner, Carrie, who is a super cool human being. I love what they're doing there. They have PSLs coming out because they're also a coffee shop in addition to brewery. Shout out to Western Collective. I'm waiting for those PSLs. But they have just announced a new beer program. And Kyle Mans is like their new director of brewing operations. And you may know him for his work at Taps and Bottle Logic, where he won Small Brewer of the Year 2 times at the Great American Beer Festival, as well as 30 plus medals for his brews. So that's pretty much going to change the beer game in Boise. One of the things that I've noticed about here, the West Coast in general, is that they don't really experiment with their beers like the East Coast does. Like the East Coast is all about, screw it, let's throw in fruit snacks or cereal, or let's try this crazy stout. Whereas out here in Idaho, at least, they've got their core beers that they like, and it's the same ones, kind of rotational. Well, Western Collective is going to be releasing 3 new double IPAs. One's called All Signs Point West, one's called Mountain Pacific, and one's called Sagebrush. Those are going to be coming out probably in the next month, and they're going to do like a release and stuff. But Carrie and potentially Kyle are going to be joining us next month so we can talk more about it with them. So I'm really excited because that's a place I visit a lot, and they're changing it. I hope they change the beer game in Boise and kind of experiment more, because I love the experimentations. I don't want just your boring porter, your boring stout. Like, those are great, but let's get crazy with it, kind of.
All right. Mix it up.
Do you think-
that'd be awesome.
Do you think people are open to that? Like, I mean, maybe it's like a personality thing. Maybe it's just an expectation thing. But if you haven't been exposed to those types of iterations, I mean, are they going to fly? Maybe I'm underestimating.
I would assume they'll start with smaller batches, like do a small batch thing and see how that goes.
So that is an interesting question, because the beer game in Boise is Boise. Sorry, there's a certain way you have to say it. It is surprising. Yeah, you'd just be surprised if you say it with a Z, you get yelled at. If you say it with like the S, they're like, oh, you're kosher. Anyways,
Boise.
Yeah, you have to say it Boise, but if you say it Boise, you get yelled at pretty good.
Boise.
I can't wait to get yelled at if I visit them.
Robbie,
that's not happening.
I got the casting futon behind me anytime, but
I'm sure it'll be nice and warm.
Yes, but yeah, I don't. Hold on. It's because my wife kicks me out to there all the time. No. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to see, because there is a big beer following. Shout out to Boise Beer Buddies, who is a hub for craft beer within the Boise beer industry, and they seem to be open to it. There are some breweries that experiment a little, so I don't know. Maybe I can submit ideas. Maybe we can get a fan submission to where we start getting crazy with the ideas. That'd be something pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pigeonhole people. I just have no idea what.
No, I maybe still don't either.
It's just one of those things that's just like,
what do you mean?
I don't know what beer they have, and I think we've all learned basically at this point that there's a lot of beer across the United States, and a lot of cities have pretty active beer scenes that other people wouldn't have known about if they didn't have the initiative, or just just walk into it and ask, oh, hi, beer. You have all these breweries. No idea. Milwaukee? I wouldn't have any idea. Orlando? No idea.
That makes sense. I feel like since Boise's a big college town, we have Boise State, I figure they would be more open to, because all the hipster kids these days, like me, want to try weird stuff. Or maybe I'm just the only one. I'm very concerned that there's no pumpkin beers here yet, by the way. Put me on some sort of watch.
Oh God.
All right, you'll have them by the end of the month, I promise.
So, but yeah, anyways, other than that, some other news real quick before I get to rambling again, I apologize, is speaking of Treehouse, they have just raised money,
He's dropping hints,
a total of $40,000 to contribute to the Michael Jackson Foundation. That's not the Michael Jackson you're thinking of, but it's a foundation that was put on by, I believe it was Brooklyn Brewing Company, potentially. But the importance of it is it's a foundation for brewing and distilling to help fund scholarships for Black, Indigenous, and people of color. So it's a big organization that's really going to get people of color involved in brewing, because if we look around, yeah, there's a lack of diversity within the brewing game. We can all be aware and cognizant of that. We've talked to Pink Boots a few times. They're trying to their efforts.
And Danny
And
from
Danny.
Beers Giving.
Yeah, we've talked to them. There's a lack of women and people of color in the brewing industry, and so this foundation is to raise money in order to get people the help that they need, or the educational opportunities, so that way they can go ahead and become brewers potentially. So I think that's pretty good. They raised $40,000. $20,000 was from donations of customers, and they went ahead and they matched that $20,000, which was great on them. They didn't have to do that. It was amazing. And yeah.
So this wasn't a Black is Beautiful. They were just raising the money and then matched it?
Correct. To my knowledge, they haven't done a Black is Beautiful beer. And that's okay. Not everybody has to. And
yeah, no, they did their part.
yeah, I mean, raising $40,000 out of the kindness of their hearts. Yeah, they certainly didn't have to. Corey, if you're watching, I see you messaged me on Skype, and I have no idea what your message said. Just a heads up. Sorry, guys.
Good. But one of the breweries around here that did the Black is Beautiful beer, that's where they donated their funds. And yeah, anybody who doesn't know Michael Jackson, I think I said this in a past episode, check out The Beer Hunter on YouTube. He had a Discovery Channel show in the 90s. And he does an episode at Anchor Brewing in San Francisco. He does an episode in Belgium. He does an episode in Germany. So it's really old and grainy, and his lips don't always match the voice. It's like watching anime. But it's really kind of interesting if you're a beer geek in any way, shape, or form. I recommend it. Like, he even did a whole thing on like lambics, because it can't be a lambic unless it's like brewed in Belgium. So it's really cool. So and he even makes a joke about not being the pop singer, because this was in the 90s, and like he's passed since. I think he passed in the 2000s, but he actually inspired the guys who started BrewDog. Like he tried their punk IPA.
He inspired Michael Jackson.
He inspired Michael Jackson.
It's like, wow, in the 90s.
Sadly not.
It's crazy.
But yeah, he told the guys at BrewDog that their beer was really good and they should start a brewery. And I know some people don't like their beer, but clearly a lot of people do. They got a hotel and an airline now, so they're
Holy
good.
Crap!
Well, all right.
That's really great. And yeah, wow.
Checking all the boxes.
Yeah, speaking of Danny Oliver, real quick, she is up. If you go back to a few episodes, I think it was about a month and a half ago, she was a guest. She's part of Beers Giving and Island to Island Brewing. She is the owner, all that. She's actually up for the board of directors for Pink Boots Society. So we really obviously hope she gets it, because she was a phenomenal human being through and through. Loved having her on, and I'd love to have her back.
Yes, me too. And so knowledgeable. Like, I love that she was in the after hours and she was still teaching us and talking with us, but then she had to go put her kids to bed, which I can empathize with very much so.
Big time.
It made me like her even more. Here, I'm putting the Beers Giving Instagram in there.
Yeah, Lucky, did you just crack one open? What you got there, man?
Yeah, this one I believe is from Jay. It's Lake James Lime Lager from Fountain
That sounds
Flora.
refreshing.
It's really good. I didn't really
Very
look
limey.
at it when I grabbed
I was gonna say, yeah, limey.
But it's extremely limey. I got hit in the face with it, but it's good.
It is. It tastes
It's
almost
very,
like
very
those.
good.
They don't taste like the chips, but have you ever eaten the Tostitos lime chips and gotten that lime
Yeah.
on the back end?
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of, because you get that lime on the back end,
Definitely.
which is pretty refreshing, actually.
Aren't there Coronas with lime? Pretty sure there are.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I don't drink
well, I mean, you
Coronas,
add it.
but yeah.
I mean, are those equivalent? Oh, no, no. Hold
That
on.
beer was actually really good. I always say I'm not a huge lager fan, and then I always like these lagers, but I actually enjoyed that one. But I really like lime, but I don't like Corona.
Yeah.
I like lime with my tequila.
Shout out Brad. Brad taught us a lot about lagers when he was on our episode of Feeling Lucky. It's good to talk to him about it, because I always thought that the lagers were like super simple to make, but he said that
No, they're
if you
harder.
find one that's a good one, a lot harder to make. So I didn't know anything about that.
Well, you have to maintain it has to be kept colder, and like when they discovered lagers, I think I went into this in one of the German ones. Like, one of the ways it got so popular in Germany was they were forced to like brew certain beers at certain times of year, and they had to hide them in caves, and they cold crashed, and then they discovered this whole new way of brewing in these lagers, and then they became so popular. But yeah, that's like when you do like a Mr. Beer Kit, it's an ale because the ales can ferment at like higher temperatures, and they don't have to be so controlled.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, but there's only 2 types of beer. It's just lagers and ales,
Yeah.
and that's another thing. Like you don't realize how many styles are lagers.
Mm-hmm.
Ales are just without hops.
No, it's the yeast strain. But then there's certain yeast strains, like I was actually learning from Brad, like the
That's a lot about
Kveiki yeast
yeast,
strain.
yeah.
Oh, he was going on about that. I was
Yeah.
like, why? Why don't we know about this? Why didn't we know about this like before?
That's a
like
beer
2
school
years
I'll
ago.
do, and
Yeah,
but that's a beer school I
honestly.
want to do because I want to learn more about the ale versus lager.
Same. I'm drinking
And
a lager now, by the way.
Oh well.
Ooh.
Oh, the game is back on.
It is.
The
It
game
is.
back on?
So, fun fact about this
Oh, yeah.
lager is this lager is made with 50% corn, which it's from Cosmic Eye Brewing in Lincoln, Nebraska. So, of course, it should be made with corn, I feel, because when I drove through that state, there was nothing but cornfields. But
You gotta love the cliche, like when you send us
Nebraska.
pictures of trucks with
Oh,
potatoes.
yeah. There are potatoes. Oh, so apparently they do a thing here in Idaho where the potato farmers go through, they harvest their crops, and obviously they don't get all the potatoes, right? What they do is they invite people to come to their potato fields and then pick. It's called something. It's basically going to a pumpkin patch and picking pumpkins off the stem, but it's picking potatoes in the field, and then they donate it all to like food banks and something like that. So there's a good cause behind it. But yeah,
Gleaning?
yeah, that's it. It's gleaning. They all the farmers invite people.
Gleaning?
They come and glean, and so it's them just picking the leftover potatoes that didn't get picked up from the farm, whatever they use. Because I'm not going to pretend to know about farming, but although I am growing pumpkins,
cleaning.
I am growing pumpkins outside. However, no big deal. I got
His
the
addiction's
old
real.
green thumb there.
I can't wait for the pictures of Mash like picking them like in a pumpkin patch, like with his scarf and all that.
Oh, I plan on
He's gonna be
fully.
full.
I'm donning the
Fall.
North Face. I'm gonna don the scarf. This isn't for the
He's got
October
Uggs
promotion
on.
video. This is just for a random. Melvin's a good brewery.
This is just for fun.
This is just for fun. I'm just gonna do a random
That's what I
promotional
do. This
video
is just Mash playing
for
dress
either
up.
Hops Geek or it's just a normal Tuesday afternoon where I'm donning the scarf and North Face and drinking a pumpkin head. I have a couple in my fridge. Pumpkin heads. Shout out to Hoppy, and shout out to Robbie who's gonna be sending me some Harpoon Dunkin' pumps.
Yes, I'm
Pumps,
gonna
it's
find
a
it this
pumpkin
weekend,
beers.
and I think we're all gonna be pretty happy with the end result.
Guys, if you don't even get me. I'm getting hot and bothered just thinking about it. Dunkin' Donuts and pumpkin. Ooh.
Ugh.
God.
You lose me at Dunkin', man. You lose me there.
It's
I
not
can't.
quality coffee. It is not quality coffee. However,
No,
when it is
it's
negative
garbage.
17 degrees outside and you don't have an iced coffee in hand, there is
I
something
feel like
wrong.
they still put like Sweet and Low or whatever the pink one was. Was that Sweet and Low? That's what that shit tastes like. It's garbage.
It's
Okay.
funny because
Well,
I don't actually
Your
know what
words,
the
they cut like
lattes
daggers. First
tastes
of
like
all.
because I only drink black coffee, so I have no idea
Look
what
at this
like
guy. He drinks black
a
coffee.
regular
Yeah,
at Dunkin's. is.
He's boring and he's old.
I would
He
guess
likes
I would get a
chalk.
black coffee there too. I'm on the same page as you. I would guess that their black coffee though still has sugar in it. They don't seem to be able to. I mean, the sugar must
No,
just fall
actually,
into it as
fun
they're handing it
fact,
to you.
Dunkin'
It
Donuts
doesn't
coffee
just
beans
taste
do have more
burnt.
caffeine in them than Starbucks.
Well, la-di-da for you.
Well, I'm just dropping knowledge. You can go to beer school.
More
I can go to
empty
coffee school. Thank you. And coffee's a
who counts?
diuretic,
I
actually.
cannot.
So,
Caffeine is the diuretic.
yeah. Well,
I
it's all the
can't
same.
drink coffee. I love coffee beer, but like if I have
Oh God,
Okay.
Lucky
I
disappeared.
drink
even know
types
what
of
you had.
coffee.
He got so hot and bothered about the fact that he can't drink
About
coffee
coffee.
that
He's like,
he
"I'm out.
just
Nothing."
disappeared.
whoops that I have earbuds in and I accidentally grazed it, which hangs up, I guess. So I'm back. I forget what I was talking about.
I just got invited to a timeout. I just got invited to an
Coffee
Oktoberfest
chips.
next door to my neighbor's house next week. There's gonna be mini kegs there, so bye losers.
Are you gonna go? Are you wearing your lederhosen?
I don't own those. I'm gonna wear my scarf at North Face though. Right?
Oh, next week we are doing an Oktoberfest theme.
We are, but Lucky, your coffee issues. Let's talk through this.
Yes.
I'll be your therapist because you have some issues.
I
clearly.
can't. It literally ruins my day.
He is
If
young.
I have a coffee, I try so many times. I've tried so many times to like have just a coffee, and it literally ruins my day.
What?
Can't do it.
You dissing coffee like that ruins my
No
day. So.
kind of coffee. I can't even do like the frappuccinos or whatever. Like
those are just
big,
milkshakes.
like,
Yeah, those are literally just
with
empty
coffee
sugary
flavoring. I don't
calories.
like them.
Those don't really
Yeah,
get
it's
you
like
much
a thousand
Oh, you
caffeine.
just don't like them. I thought maybe they like because some people coffee doesn't sit well with them.
No, I just don't.
Have
like
you
them.
tried a pumpkin
I
spice
coffee.
coffee?
Ugh, sounds gross. I don't think
It's
it's
okay. If it's not from Dunkin', it's delicious.
Okay, first of all, I live for
Cheers.
Starbucks cold brew cream
That's
pumpkin coffee. Delicious. Second of all, Dunkin' Donuts, I've been tweeting at them for weeks. It's been like over a month now. I've been tweeting at Dunkin' Donuts. If anybody who watches this episode
Tweeting
can
at
help
them
me,
is your
I've been asking them to either get Dunkin' Donuts in Boise or sponsor me. So if anybody,
How do
they
not
don't have to pay
have
me
a
money.
Dunkin'
Just
in
pay
Boise?
me in coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. So if anybody's watching, anybody happens to listen to this, can we get the movement on Twitter somehow? I don't know what it has to be, but like Dunkin's for MASH. Can that become a thing, please? I'm little orphan Annie standing outside like, please give me some porridge. But it's me saying, please give me some Dunkin'.
You said you've been tweeting at them like your name was Karen. I've been tweeting at them.
Yeah. First of all, I've gone full Karen
That's a
on
write 'em
two
a
things
letter.
this
I
week.
reported those.
Number one, it's me
Strongly
asking for
worded
Dunkin'.
Somebody,
And then I saw them. Somebody was like, "I love Dunkin' Donuts," and they're like, "Hey, we love you. Thank you for loving Dunkin' Donuts." And they sent them like this big prize pack thing. I was like, first of all, how dare you?
They're literally just trolling you, man.
Second of all, the
They
basketball
don't care
courts
about
are not open here, and that's another thing. Like, I feel slighted that I can't go shoot hoops. So there are a couple things I will go Karen for. These are happen to be one of them. So Dunkin' for MASH, start it trending. Hashtag on Instagram, hashtag on Twitter. Help your boy out.
You can play cornhole in your backyard with your fancy Adirondack chairs from Sam Adams.
Oh, they sent my Stein. It's in the mail right now too. So I don't want to brag, but I think I'm basically sponsored by Sam Adams. So take that,
I
Dunkin'
think
Donuts.
so.
Was it like a custom
Oh, yeah,
Stein?
I'm
Like
getting
why
a
did it
hat.
take
Yeah,
so
so
long?
I don't know.
Are they getting a hat?
I played a game.
I don't think I'm
Lucky
getting
and I are
anything.
winners. I randomly woke up
I
to an
won
email.
too.
You did
Okay,
too?
thanks for reminding me.
So Robbie is the odd man out because maybe they can sponsor Robbie by giving him a better camera.
No, I love his camera.
So yeah, they're sending me a Stein for
Coach.
Oktoberfest. If you go to their Instagram, there's a game that's basically like Pong, but it's like keep it in between the two.
It's really hard.
It's
honestly.
hard. Once you get over 30,
yeah,
you're
it
entered
took
to
me
win a
few
prize.
times.
If you last for 30 seconds, which let me tell you, I'm not used for lasting more than 30 seconds. It is a
Couch to couch
you
kid,
win a prize.
Yeah, right. Shout out to the
You win a
cats.
prize. Usually it's a kid. This
Usually
time
it's
a
two
Stein.
kids, but this one is a Stein
Oh,
for
my
Oktoberfest.
God.
So,
All right, it is. Whoa, it's a 2-point game with 4
1
minutes and
point
50
game.
seconds left in the third.
all right. Well, I told you the
That
Celtics
is
were
your
going to
Eastern
slowly
Conference
choke it
Finals
away.
update.
Reggie Miller choke. But yeah, Sam Adams sponsors me. No big deal. Don't want to brag. I got cornhole boards, Adirondack chairs, a speaker, a grill, 2 aprons, and a bunch of koozies because I took a picture of a beer next to a sunset. And then I ended up winning a Stein. Whereas Lucky won a hat.
gorgeous.
So I'm sorry, Lucky, that all you want is a hat. You're going to look beautiful in that hat. With that flow and that hat, God. New Tinder profile.
Just
pic.
the flow.
I really hope it's like a German hat with the feather.
Oh, I really
Right,
hope it
that
is
would
with us
be-
big
I would
Sam
actually
Adams
like
on the
that a lot
top.
more.
Well, I hope it comes before Thursday and then you can wear it on the show.
That'll be awesome. We'll
But
see.
yeah, I got my 30 points and I got a confirmation that I got over 30 points and then I haven't heard anything since.
Does anyone
It's not
have
cool
good
enough.
recommendations for Oktoberfest beers? I'm sure there's like a couple different variations.
I mean, I would
This-
go with anything
I feel like
German,
Mash is
honestly.
about to have a heart attack.
We get a
About
lot of
something.
good local ones. I think my favorite last year was from like Castle Church, but they don't even bottle or can. So I feel like a lot of the places that do Oktoberfest don't really widely distribute. Is Mash crying about Dunkin' Coffee
I'm
again?
literally
What did
about to turn. I'm just about to walk away.
Oh, you heat her up by 1.
I just went ahead and I happened to look at my fantasy football, and I
Bad news, bro.
sat Nick Chubb tonight, and played Jarvis Landry.
Oh.
Nick Chubb has a touchdown and 10 points. Jarvis Landry has 1 point. So I'm the fool once again.
Got that right.
Focus
Green
on
Bay
yourself.
Packers sweatshirt.
Focus on the Celtics only up 1.
Look.
They blew that lead and I've got them plus
No, they're
7.5.
down by 1.
We can't have nice things. I told you the Celtics were going to choke
You're
away in the second
delayed.
half. They cannot seem to
I'm
win
watching on Hulu,
third
so mine
quarters.
should be delayed.
Ugh.
And yeah, now they're down by 1. Or the Heat are down by 1.
Well, thanks. This is what I get. Thank you, Baker Mayfield. You're awful. Stick to commercials because you suck at football. That's where I am leaving that.
Whoa.
Somebody get this man a Dunkin' coffee, man.
Somebody give me a pumpkin spice.
Thinking
I
he's
need
something
it.
else. Thinking he's at something a little heavier, something a little more lift. Just getting angry.
Like a Dunkin' coffee with a shot of whiskey in it.
I mean, I could go down to their
Let's go
headquarters.
Heat. Yes. Tabby
Again-
said, "Let's go Heat." I agree.
No, let's not go
Tabitha.
Heat.
Tabitha. That's my cousin.
Go Heat is right, Tabitha.
What?
No,
First of
fat
all,
Tabitha.
no.
Just
Tabitha's
within
right.
7.5.
No.
She is
Eh,
also
Go
a
Celtics.
fan.
Jason Tatum is the future of the NBA. He's only
That's
like
a problem.
22 years old. Psst, come on,
Dude,
guys.
Tyler
not the
Hero's
future.
20.
Well, guess
I
what? I
called
don't
him a
care.
kid the other night, and my husband's like, "Oh, you're calling him a kid? You're that old?" And I'm like, "Pretty sure this kid's like 21." And then they're like, "Tyler Hero's only 20." I'm like, "He can't even drink. He's 3.5 years older than my oldest kid. He's a kid." I'm like, "He
Have
could
you
be our
seen-
son-in-law."
Hoppy, have you seen the...
If you're lucky.
Yeah. If he's lucky. Sorry.
I'm lucky. I got thrown off by that.
Have I seen
you
that?
seen the blogs and stuff about Tyler Hero being the horniest basketball player in the NBA?
No. Well, I don't want him to
I'll
be
have
my
to send it
He's
to you.
son-in-law
20.
anymore.
What do you
Oh,
expect?
they're
He's still
so
going through
funny.
puberty.
They're so
He does.
funny.
He has like the little mustache that the
Oh.
youngsters have.
Yeah.
I love
They're
it.
so funny. I'll have to send them to you. He like
Just like Matt.
there's all these like he slides into every IG model's DMs and it's so funny.
I mean, if I was a basketball player, let's be honest here. If I'm draining threes in the Eastern Conference Finals and I'm an NBA basketball player, I probably
And in
would be too.
Miami,
In Miami of all
capital
places.
like, Instagram
I
model.
probably
You guys-
would be too.
You probably grow the same strength of mustache here.
I honestly, I can't grow facial hair to
Okay.
save my life. He probably grows a better mustache than me. You're right. There's too many Let's Go
Terrible.
Heats in our chat tonight. So, you know what, guys? I'm
Well,
gonna
that's,
Easy.
calm
let's see,
down
that's my
first
dad,
of all.
my cousin, my mom. Let's do it, guys.
I don't
Let's
care for
We're
this.
all
go
from South
Heat.
It's
Florida.
because everybody I know from Boston's drunk at an Irish bar right now watching the Celtics.
Wait. And
There are
when
no
it gets-
bars open.
I know there's nothing open. We can't have fun in
You have
Tucson.
They
no
are in
friends.
Miami.
Oh
This
yeah,
game's
it's
on
because
Verizon.
Florida
Super.
literally doesn't care about people's safety.
Oh, here goes Tyler here with a 3. Oh, damn it.
Yeah. Well, I'm still mad about Nick Chubb, just so we're clear. However, whatever. I forgot to mention.
I have Nick Chubb and played him mash.
I played Jarvis Landry because
but you brought him up too much. I had him and played him.
curses. However, real quick, shout out to my friend. I have a couple friends. Like I said, I show up to random beer boxes. Well, I've got a couple friends who actually sent me this. So shout out to Cynthia and Brandon. They're the ones who sent me the beer from Nebraska. I just had to give them a shout out. I forgot. By the way, Corey, the kind of coffee pot that I have is one of those Ninja coffee bars because you can make regular iced coffee, you can make regular hot coffee, or I can make fancy lattes. So I don't want to say I'm fancy, but I'm fancy.
I
I don't want to
Mr. Coffee.
say I'm basic, but I'm basic.
You
I can
know,
make lattes.
I
I'm with
can-
Hoppy.
I can literally make
I
anything.
like the basic, just
Me too,
drip
yeah.
coffee, percolate. I don't even know what it's called. You know exactly what
I
it
have
looks
the
like.
same one, Mr. Coffee. It's like $20 at Target. Yeah.
The way I
Exactly.
see it, first of all, I found
The
this for
people's coffee.
$25 on eBay, brand new. It was probably stolen out of a
people's
warehouse,
coffee.
but whatever. However,
Okay, we're almost at 2 minutes. I got all the Heat fans watching.
in the fourth quarter or the third?
2 minutes.
In the fourth?
Dos minutos. No, in the third.
Oh,
but at 2
no one
minutes, you have to
cares.
yell 2 minutes, and then you yell dos minutos.
No, you don't.
When did,
That's
is that
made up.
only in
That's just-
Florida?
That's completely made up.
That's just the Heat games. Yeah, at the Heat games.
Why?
And
Do there 6
The
fans
announcer
who show up in
yells 2
attendance
minutes,
yell
and then-
this?
I yelled at my TV every time. But yes, you yell it in
Like I
attendance
said, do
as
there
well.
6 fans?
Oh, this is
Fans
close.
my ass.
I don't want.
Miami doesn't care about sports.
Miami doesn't
It's
care
too
about
nice
sports.
weather
Look at the
there.
Dolphins.
So
Way too nice of weather.
Oh my God, not in
You
the
can't
summer.
care about sports in a country or in a state that has like really nice weather. It's just a
So,
fact.
real quick, speaking of
No, we care about
Mobcraft
sports.
tomorrow,
We
what is our
still watch
plan for
them.
Mobcraft? We have to come up with some adjuncts to put in it. What is?
We
We
can't
need some
talk about it
ideas.
on air. Somebody might steal our idea.
Nobody else from Milwaukee's watching this except for JJ.
Okay.
I saw him.
Well,
I like the peppermint
sad.
idea. I love peppermint stouts.
don't tell them what it is, but we know what it is.
So
And it should be called like Nightmare Before Coffee.
fuck.
I like that.
All right. Can you like submit
so
this
good at
idea
this.
to right now?
Yeah,
You do it right now.
I will do
Like
it
right now.
as soon as this game is over.
The
Not
game's
right
over.
now.
Celtics won. We all saw into the future. It's crazy. Robbie is literally in the future right now.
He
I,
had 3. What are you talking about?
It's
man?
upsetting. though,
Yes,
because
Jeff, I'm sorry.
actually
Cheap
a
shot on the
UConn
Dolphins.
alum, so
You are.
every time Kemba does bad things, I become upset and embarrassed, as if that's a reflection of me at UConn. Because obviously they're totally different things. I did not contribute at all to UConn's basketball accomplishment.
No, but we went down there
Again,
once and
just
we played beer pong
We
with Hashim
watched
to
and drank
beat.
a lot.
If you remember Hashim to beat, he was like that 8 foot tall. He was going to be a
I was
phenom
gonna
in
say,
the NBA.
wasn't he huge?
I do
Yeah,
remember that.
We played beer pong with him, and then he just like entered the
was a good
NBA, and then he
time.
disappeared.
I
It was
just
like Greg
picture him in
Oden
a
all over
basement,
again.
like with his neck cranked.
Oh no,
Like,
yeah,
he
it was
can't
always
even stand
fun.
up straight.
You always knew when there was a basketball player in your class. Like,
First of all, because
can't
it's
fit in these tiny
UConn,
desks.
and yeah,
no.
They're 7 feet tall.
you're
I mean,
in
UConn's
Connecticut.
a pretty big school, though. I mean,
It was, yeah.
it's like it was like 15,000 people on the campus. I mean, for us, that was big. Obviously, there were bigger schools, but it was just like, oh, you're very tall.
Hello, sir. You
So I
play
was
basketball because you're
chaperoning a
tall.
field trip years ago, and Jameer Nelson happened to be there when he was playing for the Magic, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's Jameer Nelson!" And nobody believed me because he wasn't tall.
Oh,
And then they saw
Have we heard
like
of
some
Muggsy
dad
Bogues
go up
people?
to him and ask
Come
for an
on.
autograph, and they're like, "Oh, maybe, yeah, I know without a doubt that's Jameer Nelson. He's the reason the Magic lost in the finals in Game 5 against Lakers in 09.
I
Like he
knew
just
that, I know
was
that
not
loser.
playing defense."
wow, I feel like that was forever ago. You're
But-
right. Back when Dwight Howard was a Magic, and then he ran himself out of town.
Yeah, and he, yeah. Oh,
What is
that
Dwight
was
Howard
the most
doing?
awkward.
Dwight Howard's on
I-
the
I just
Lakers.
don't
He's
want
going to
him to
coast
Dwight
his
Howard's
way
on
to
the
an NBA
Lakers.
championship.
Is he still playing?
He is.
He's on the Lakers. I
He's
really
on the
don't
Lakers.
want him to get a ring.
I don't
I
like
feel
the
like-
Lakers. I like LeBron, but I hate the Lakers, so I need
Oh, fuck.
the
Ugh.
Nuggets to
What?
beat the Lakers.
Oh,
I need
Listen,
everybody on the Lakers to lose.
LeBron is good because LeBron.
Except for
LeBron
Unibrow,
does a
I
lot
like
for the
him.
LeBron does a lot for the community.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, no, I hate Anthony Davis only because
Yeah, I like
he was
why do you
cheap,
with
man.
Unibrow?
He
You're
was
crazy.
cheap. He left the Pelicans to go to like an automatic contending team because he thinks he's gonna free ride. his
What
way
did
to a championship.
LeBron do?
He did.
Jesus
No, he
Christ.
did. The
LeBron
decision.
abandoned us.
The decision. No, first of all, no, because LeBron
Dude,
brought
Cleveland-
championships.
Most of the
LeBron
nicest
brought
thing ever
championships
that
to
happened in
Miami. Okay. Well,
Did he though?
him, Dwayne
I mean,
Wade,
he
and Chris
brought us
Bosh.
there, but
Yes,
he
they
didn't
did.
really step up in the
No.
when it came time to step up. I believe that was Ray Allen a little bit, and
Ray Allen,
this Mike
um,
Miller stepped up.
Look,
Ah,
no,
whatever. I'm the
no.
bitter ex-girlfriend. He left me and went back.
I
to his
don't like
wife.
LeBron because just the
And he
basketball
left his
player.
wife to go to a mistress.
He went.
We
to,
were the mistress. Left his wife and came to Miami, and
Second
we had a great
mistress.
40.
Second mistress.
And then he
But the
left his
second
wife
one, he
again.
gave
They
them
like got back
exactly
together,
what
and then
he
he ditched
went
her
back.
again. So thanks, LeBron. I
Right.
guess all those poor kids in Cleveland who are never going to see a Browns championship. First of all, and then they saw it. Indians. I mean, you had the Indians. They might never win a game again because they suck right now.
Oh, the
but-
Marlins beat them in '97.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Cleveland's never going to see a championship again. I'm
Dude, the
sorry.
Heat are up 7.
I'm happy
Sheesh.
about this. We're going into the fourth.
I'm
gonna have
actually
to
angry.
drink Treehouse the rest of the series.
You make it
that's-
sound like it's
gotta do what
bad.
I gotta do.
It's like a great deal.
I know.
I could drink Treehouse all this series now. God damn it.
How terrible.
Oh man, if only
What a-
Tracy hadn't sent me all those tree houses.
Darn.
I don't know. I shouldn't be talking crap yet because the game's not.
All right.
You're purgatory.
Well, Lucky, tell us about Feeling Lucky Pod. Tell us where you can find us. We can find you. I know where I can find you, but where can people find you? And just
On his cast.
I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say, Hoppy beat me to it. You
Come
can
on
find
back.
me on Mash's casting couch later. No, find me on Instagram at Feelin' Lucky Pod. Feelin' without the G, Lucky Pod. Yeah, that's really it. I don't know. I'm too into these games now. I've got Browns and the Miami Heat.
Yeah, I'm about
So
to go
yeah,
watch the
that's it.
Browns.
I don't know.
Fuck you, Nick Chubb. Fuck you.
Yeah, Brown.
Anyways, Robbie, hey,
Thank you,
thank
Nick
you
Chubb.
for special guesting tonight. It was always a pleasure. Robbie is probably one of my oldest friends, not the oldest, but me and Robbie have known each other for about 15 years now.
I'm
So,
probably his oldest friend.
yeah, probably. However, Robbie and I go way back 15 years ago. So, any parting shots? Where can we find you, Robbie? What's up? When will you be back next? Tell us about your dreams.
When will you be joining the Avengers?
Yes.
My
Because
dreams
he's the Hulk.
to be a hermit in the mountains near water somewhere, someplace which is undisclosed at this time.
Robbie lives on top of a brewery,
so
by the way. Don't let this
peaceful.
man fool you.
Surrounded-
He literally lives on top of a brewery right
I'm
now.
not on
Oh,
top
you
of it.
have-
I'm like 5 feet away. That's actually what I'm drinking right now. But shout out to Barrel House Z and their New
We can't
England
tell what the can
Great
looks like
Escape.
because you're covered in green, Hulk. So
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
care.
I can't tell.
I am literally not in a green room.
I feel like you're at a rave.
I feel like
Right.
I'm in some type of
Just take
bizarre
your
world.
camera and go like back and forth, and it'll look exactly like a rave.
Or turn your light off and on real quick.
It'll be. That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting.
yes,
But yeah, no, they're expanding out here, and that's a good place to do it because we only have a few breweries around us, and it's the suburbs. So
you're in the
But you
burbs of
can't find me
Boston,
anywhere.
baby.
yeah,
Can't find
don't
me
look for
anywhere.
me. Don't
Adam,
Can't
on
find him
Facebook.
anywhere. I literally live 20
Don't
minutes from
do-
Boston.
Just need to search all those people.
I gotta drive 45 minutes to my closest civilization. I don't want to hear it.
Yikes.
But yeah, but no, I mean, I'll show up eventually. Don't worry. We'll do a checkup in like another like month or two.
Somebody check on my mental health after
Sounds
this
good, man.
Browns-Bengals game. But Robbie, thank you again, man. I really, really, really appreciate you joining us. It's always a pleasure. And we'll be seeing
It was a
you
lot of
soon.
fun.
Hoppy, what
I
you
hope
got for
so.
us besides we all hope that the Heat lose, the Celtics go on?
Not Lucky
and
doesn't. He wants the Heat to win.
I
He's
just said
got money
Hoppy.
riding.
First of all, I said Hoppy.
I want him to lose by less than 7.
Oh, I thought you said I'm the only one that wants the Heat to win.
Well, you are. Lucky doesn't mean it. Second of all, if the
Everyone
Celtics
in the
win,
chat does.
2020 will be saved with a Celtics championship victory. You're welcome to coming to my TED Talk.
Like, well,
Anyways,
Uh-huh.
parting shots. Where can we find you? What's in the pipeline? What we got?
all right, parting shots. Everybody can find me at the Hoppy Mommy, Instagram and Untapped, and of course, Hops Geek News. Mash and I released our latest episode last night. It's on YouTube and all of the podcast places.
We're on
now
Apple
officially on
now.
Apple. Yes, I think we are getting better. I do listen to them, and I feel like we are improving.
We're like 8
Knock on
episodes
wood.
in, so it's gonna. Of course, you're not gonna
Yeah.
be perfect right away. So if anybody has suggestions, instead of you can talk shit, but at the same time, give us suggestions on how to get better because we will. I promise you.
Absolutely. Like, I feel like our breaking news is getting better. Every episode, we're like, okay, next time we're going to do this and we're going to make it better. So last night, we talked about our most underrated characters. Next week, we're going to be talking about Batman because it's Batman Day. It's also coming up as Comic Book Day. So, but we always talk about our breaking news and what we've been reading or watching. And we've been doing a little bit about the boys at the end of the episode as well. So it's been a lot of fun. And I think we're getting better. So I'm excited. And anybody who hasn't watched Feelin' Lucky Pod, if you want to dip your toes into that, definitely check out the one with Brad with the craft beer. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought that was awesome to hear the questions that you guys had and hear his explanations. So that was really cool. And you can find him on YouTube. And eventually you're going to be on the podcast places too, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe we got the audio uploaded today to the Dropbox,
Hell
so it'll
yeah.
just be a matter of getting it to the. I don't know how to do any of that. So
Right.
can
We're all
help you.
learning as we go.
I'm learning still.
once it gets to that, then we will for sure be on Apple and Spotify and all that good stuff. So
Yeah, that one was what, Craft Beer for Dummies, I think is what you guys
Craft
called
Beer
it.
for Dummies. It was me, JJ, and producer Beef, along with Brad Eldridge Smith, one of my favorite people on the planet. We got to talk to him for a while, and yeah, he was all the feedback I got was like, dude, Brad is the biggest
Carnival.
nerd that I want to hang out with. He's like, he knows literally everything. He had an answer for every question that we had, and it was
And a
like,
good
perfect.
answer too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good answer. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, he'll be on again soon, hopefully. And I think next week we might have one of you guys on. I
Oh
don't know if we're
yeah.
gonna
Oh,
if
depending
that's
on.
for sure,
Yeah.
but we'll
Robbie's
see.
shaking his head. We can't find you anyways.
Yeah, I have no
Robbie's not
social
gonna
media
be on.
presence.
That's true. He
Robbie's
doesn't.
not gonna be
He
on,
does.
so.
He has an Instagram.
I mean, if you want me to, no, I do. Yeah, if you want me to show up, I'll show up. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta fix your screen first. No, just kidding. Come with that. Come with the heat.
Yes. Yeah. So I know I'm like we're excited to be on Feeling Lucky Pod, and now we got on all the streamings. Big things are happening. Bigger things than our technical difficulties tonight. So I appreciate everybody who decided to swing by and listen. Next week will be much better.
Shout out Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out
Hopefully he'll be
Steve.
on next
Steve
week.
from Wackadoo Brewing. It wasn't his fault. We both had some issues on each end. We're gonna get him on possibly next week. We're gonna work it out, and we'll be able to hear his story. As far as Hops News, if you search on all your podcast platforms, Hops News, I believe you have to search them in separate, like Hops one word, News separate word. That's where you're finding us. Find us on social media, at Hops News. Hoppy and I are actually going to be on a Zoom call Saturday night. It won't be live. You won't see it. However, we are entering. We're going to get our asses kicked. Let's put it plain and simple.
Totally asses kicked.
But
handed to us
we
on
have
plate.
made friends with Hop Heroes, the guys from Hop Heroes. If you've seen one of our first episodes where we did Hop Heroes podcast, they are a beer comic book podcast as well. And
But they know way more comic than we
They're
do.
gonna kill us. Hey, first of all, JR works at a comic shop, so we're already screwed. But he's the moderator for our event. We will be doing a comic book trivia episode that's going to go on our platform. It's going to go on their platform. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I really look forward to it. Regardless, win or lose, we still booze is my tagline. So
That's UCF's tagline.
that is my tagline. So we're going to lose, but we're still going to booze and we're going to have fun doing it. And so more to come on that. Be on the lookout. Follow us, Hops Geek News on Instagram. Matthew Tyler on the Twitter and the Instagrams as well. Check out Feeling Lucky Pod, all that. And thanks for joining us for another insane episode. It was crazy, but we all got here. And I appreciate everybody following along on this journey. Jay, we miss you for times like this, man. Cheers to you tonight.
Cheers.
Cheers. Robbie, thank you, man.
Robbie,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you again. Cheers.
I do what I can. Cheers.